Action.
Hi everybody, we're here for the dinner version or supper version depending on what household you like to say, end of day meal. And we all in the oven. I already have some baby back pork loin ribs that I got from Hannaford's. I'm not doing anything but sticking them in the oven on 400 for 20 minutes, so that's a done deal. So what we're concentrating on here for us tonight is we're going to make a version of Poutin. And I'd like to make it on here, but I was wondering, would the gravy really run off of here, you think? It would, wouldn't it?
Absolutely.
So we're going to have to take a chance and see if this will be able to make it in the... So for the first time ever, first of all, I want to set these guys up. These are our carrots. We're going to make glazed carrots. I put 2 pads of butter in here, and they're already melting. It's as simple as this, because this is going to be cooking while we're doing everything else. So simple, and they're cut so... I didn't cut them thick, I cut them thin so they'll cook faster. When I did them this fall, I actually cut them very thin. So we're going to glaze our carrots. Literally, 2 pads of butter. Remember, they came out of the refrigerator. They did not stay on the counter. They're cold from the refrigerator, as we talked about yesterday. And then literally just cover them up liberally with syrup. And that is all there is to glazed carrots. I'm going to check to see how much is in here as a good ratio. Again, it's not a measurement. It's let's see how much is in here. I want them all covered on the bottom. So I'm going to add a little bit more syrup probably. And what happens is these are going to cook down. The syrup, there's times when I've cooked it down so much, it kind of depends on my mood, I guess. Sometimes I've let it go and I've cooked it down. It does depend on my mood. I've cooked it down enough where the syrup gets really caramelized, like super caramelized, and the carrots are really stuck together. Most of the time I don't go that far. Usually what I do is, as you can see, I'm gonna let it boil off, because that's what syrup does. And as it boils off, and I just keep moving the carrots around every now and then, not all the time, and they will just literally coat the carrots so they'll be nice and sweet, and that's all there is to it. That just stays cooking for like 15-20 minutes. Now for our Poutin, our homemade Poutin, I finally bought an airless fryer. I've always wanted to try it. Oilless. Yeah, that's right, oilless. Airless. Thank God you're here, because I watch other videos and I see where I make mistakes saying things, and it drives me crazy because nobody's there to correct me. Thank God the viewers all know what I really mean, and they just go on with it, but I say stupid things when I'm by myself. So, an oilless fryer, and what I did was I took 3 medium-sized potatoes and cut them up into look like they're about ½ inch wide French fries, and I cooked them according to the directions. And lo and behold, first time ever, I wondered if it was going to work or not. I was all nervous, and they're amazing. There they are. So there's our French fries, all cooked up. But remember, what you can do for sure is you can do like they do in the like I've done before. And before I had this oilless fryer, I'm sorry, my brain was going in 2 places. I was going to do that today, and I thought, no, I have the oilless fryer, so I'm going to try it. I usually just take frozen fries, cook them in the oven according to what it says, like 15 minutes on 400 or whatever it is. Or sometimes I would take out my Fry Daddy and fry them in oil first, and then get them to this stage. Once they're in this stage where they're all cooked, it's super simple from here. Super simple. Of course, I like a little salt on mine, and I meant to roll them around in salt there a minute ago, and I forgot to. So there you go. I can see a couple of them don't have that hard edge on them, but they're cooked through, and that's all that counts. So if I had made like hamburgers to go with this, I would have fried the hamburgers up, and I would have taken that grease, and I would have made a scorched gravy, which we'll find out at a different time what a scorched gravy is like. And that's how I would have made my gravy for this. Well, I don't have anything I scorched up tonight. I considered making a gravy. Hold on for 2 seconds. I want to pull these out. I considered making a gravy with my grease that I have in the refrigerator, but no, I kind of want to. Oh, these are all done. I got to get them out of here. Hold on, guys. considered making the gravy that way, and then I said, no, I want to show you some really good gravies. This is probably the best beef gravy if you're gonna go canned, and I'm a homemade girl all the way, but this can is very inexpensive and the best tasting beef gravy for canned I've ever tasted in my life. So basically, your French fries are done, and just, in this case, we open up a can. The other thing I considered is the roast that we cooked the other night. We still had some gravy left from that, and I talked to Tim about it, and he said, "Oh, but how much meat do we have left?" And I said, "Considerable amount." So we've decided to hold on to that, and we're going to actually make that into a stroganoff, like tomorrow night probably. So we did not use that gravy either, but any of these gravies are appropriate. However, this one tastes super fantastic, so it's good enough. And just liberally, I took 2 cans out because I wasn't sure how much it would take. It was fun to, I mean, obviously I can see because I probably should have shaken because it had me take the potatoes out and shake them after 5 minutes, then put them back into the oilless fryer, and then for like, what was it, 17 minutes I said, honey, or 15 minutes, something like that. And anyways, so I did that, but I probably should have taken them out and shaken them one more because I can see that they all didn't get that hard crust on them. And that's just kind of lesson learned. It's the first time you use something. Do you want more gravy than that, or do you want it to be a mild gravy, hun? Usually we put a lot in. It's not that deep.
Oh, it looks fine.
I think it looks fine too. We didn't do a ton of them. Usually I make much more than this because we're feeding more people. And so I usually use 2 cans, or not 2 cans, or I make enough scorched gravy or whatever. Yeah, it looks fine to me. This is where it's your preference again. I pulled out a triple cheddar to go. I thought, oh, what fun. Triple cheddar would be good. So go ahead and throw a handful or so on that. Many people just do mozzarella and walk away, and I'm just showing you the versatility of it to do a couple of different things. I'm going to use this triple cheddar. There's a nice little layer of it here. Then, of course, it is mozzarella time, for sure. And I'm just going to lay down a really good layer of that. Get it all on the edges, and oops, I have another bag there just in case, but I think we're good. Yeah, I would think so. And then to make it as much like the Canadian version as we can, whoops, that one's a bad one. Here we go. We're just gonna throw curds on top. I don't like that one either. We're just gonna throw curds right on top. And we're going to go stick it under the broiler, which has already been heating for us. Ready to roll. I think that's enough, right? And under we go. And we'll just watch it, because you know really, whoops, I meant to bring that down one more. Too high. We're working in this one down here, my goodness, it's hard to see where you are. Whoops. I'm not level there. And nope, I haven't been drinking at all. Here we go. Nope, it's still uneven, isn't it, hon? Yep. It is still uneven. There we go. That should do it. I think we finally have it. It's awful. When you're using the bottom oven, I literally have to get down on my knees and see what's going on, which is crazy when you're my age. And that's how simple the prep is on this. I'm going to turn these down because they've gone a little, they're almost too much. I left it on high so you could see what they would look like. Normally I would have them probably medium, but aren't they amazing? They are. I sliced them very, very, very thin, so they've only got, see how they're starting to get a little bit brown here? These guys are only got a couple minutes left, and I turned them way down because they are almost done. So in a minute or two, these are going to be done. The poutin's going to be done, and the ribs are already done. So I tried to time it to have them all come out at the same time. So, and that's how easy everything is. This is going to be fun to play with. I was watching that Debbie and who else? There's another person I said had posted on there today that they were using their oilless fryers. They're making donuts today. Oh, Dorothy Page was another one. And yeah, they were Debbie Kane and Dorothy Page were both using their oilless fryers today to make, well, Debbie was making hers were, what were hers?
Jelly.
Yeah, jelly donuts. And Dorothy's was definitely, yep, these are done. Dorothy's was definitely, look how beautiful they are. Isn't that awesome? What a wonderful, yummy thing. I almost feel like I should push it back. Yeah, I'm gonna, so they don't keep cooking on there and drying out. Let's take a look at what these are looking like. That's all set. That's all done. Just need to cut that up. Let's see how this is going. See, whoops, we're almost done. Another minute and we're done our whole dinner. I'll turn this off because I feel like I've been yelling above it, which I have because I had it on for that. So it's that simple. Like I said, you can use the frozen French fries and do them in the oven or in your grease. I didn't have any directions on how to cook the frozen ones in the oilless fryer, so that's why I didn't use the frozen ones. I'd have to go research that out. And I thought, well, might as well start with regular potatoes that Tim and I had in our garden. Use those instead. And then there you go. So that's what's for dinner tonight from a Farm Girl's kitchen. So I don't really know what we're going to do tomorrow yet. I've got a couple things planned. I got so many things planned. I really want to get into scalloped potatoes. I really wanted to get into more meal things, but yet I still have some desserts. I know you're waiting for brownies, everybody. That's coming. I've got brownies with the version of a nice chocolate frosting on the top of them. But every brownie recipe I have starts with 1 or 2 sticks of butter, so hang on, that's coming. And let's see, what else was I had a, oh, here's my list. Oh yes, I want to do sausage gravy and biscuits. I definitely want to do some quiche. So hang in there, guys. We'll just keep having fun every day. Thanks for cooking with me. Bye.